So this is closing ceremonies. If you are called up on stage for some reason, like you won a contest or something, you're going to enter from this side of the stage, you're going to exit this side of the stage, you're going to walk all the way around and sit back down. Is everybody clear with that situation? Very simple traffic pattern. Entrance, exit, victory lap, sit down. Thank you. And if you ever do that again, I'll smack you. Go ahead.
We're going to pause before the winner.
This works? Yeah.
Hi, everybody. My name's Waz, and my partner in crime over here is I Don't Drive Cars, and we are the guys, organizers, and creators of the TV Francis X Hour Film Contest. This is our second year. This year we had 8 teams register, and 4 teams were able to submit entries. And when I say submit entries, that means they had to write, create, film, edit, produce a film from 6 a.m., as early as 6 a.m. on Thursday, and they had to turn it in by 5 p.m. on Saturday. So we have 4 great entries, and my partner, I Don't Drive Cars, is going to start showing them now. Thank you.
Unheard messages.
Hey man, hope you had a good vacation. Alright, so I got another issue. That security system you set up for me isn't working, so can you call me back when you get a chance? Alright, thanks man.
Hey man, it's Robert. How was Vegas? And more importantly, how was DEF CON? Good, I hope, because the office has been a mess without you, and seriously, we can't wait for you to get back. See you on Tuesday, man.
Hey, it's me. I heard you just got back. You want to meet up? I really missed you. Call me back. Hey, Drew, it's me. Why'd you let me off the other night? Give me a call. I really miss you. You wasted a pretty good night.
Andrew, where are you? How many more days are you going to be away? We've got clients struggling to stay online. Are you even out of Vegas yet? Seriously, call me immediately.
Hey, your boss just called me. What's going on? What are you even doing? You need to call me right now or we're through.
Hey man, I haven't heard from you since Vegas. What's going on? Look, I'm having a party this weekend. My security system's still down. I need you over here as soon as possible, man. Call me back.
It's fair for me to wonder if you are an honest operator and operating in good faith with me when you've not turned up for work in 3 weeks. I don't know what you think you're doing, but you can forget working here anymore.
Okay, it's been almost a month. I don't know what's going on with you, but I'm not putting up with your shit anymore. I'm done. I'm fucking done. I hope she's worth it.
No unheard messages. Press 1 to replay messages. What do you mean he's not dead?
It's a damnedest thing. The hideout, the suicide, the whole thing was one big hoax. That son of a bitch has been on the run for over 70 years now.
But you think that mustache would be hard to miss?
That's the thing. The CIA knew there was an enclave of ex-Nazis just south of Sao Paulo for years. What they hadn't expected was that the whole thing was a diversion, a ruse to distract them while the big man himself set up to shop in the strip. Only found out about the whole thing a few days ago after I spotted him at DEF CON.
What's he doing at DEF CON?
My sources tell me he plans to release a massive zero day during one of the presentations tomorrow. From what I've heard, it makes back orifice look like child's play.
Wow, that sounds really dangerous. What are you going to do about it?
Well, shit. I gotta take this. Hello?
Is this Das Red Hat, the private detective?
Yeah. Who the hell are you?
I've been waiting for this moment for a long time. You're
Oh God, are you okay?
Been shot in the sternum. Of course I'm okay. But in all seriousness, my life flashing before my eyes for a brief moment made me think. And I think I know how I can stop Hitler.
How can we stop Hitler?
Chances are he'll be signing up for the beard and mustache competition tomorrow. If we can get to him then before he starts his talk, he won't have a chance.
That sounds like a plan. I'll go there with you.
And it's settled. We'll leave in the morning. But first, we need to make it rain.
Where do we even start?
Well, the contest isn't open yet, but I think he's going to show up to it early. He's trying to bribe the judges to pass.
Wait, is that him over there? That's the mustache we've been looking for.
Well, that was incredibly convenient. Let's go get him.
Yes.
Where'd he go?
I don't know. Why are you asking us?
I don't think you're an enemy, but you're definitely not making the case that you're a friend. There, he got away. But if I know Hitler, he probably would have headed to the chill-out lounge to lay low. Tell you what, let's split up. I'll go to the chill-out lounge, and you go back that way.
Let's do that.
All right.
999! How the hell am I supposed to release this zero day with all these pineapples shitting up the network? I've been running all around this place for 20 minutes. I've been pawned twice, and I still can't get a good connection. My exploit is ruined. The Fourth Reich will be over before it begins.
Aha! I've got him now. Using an RX modulator, I can backdoor my way to the GSM system on his phone and initiate a sequel injection that just might end his miserable life once and for all. It's set.
What the fuck? This is a burner phone. Nobody has my number here.
And that's why you don't try to take over the world at DEF CON.
Nobody actually lives in Las Vegas. The suckers at the blackjack tables are just visiting, passing through town on their way back to their real lives. For us poor saps with permanent addresses, these are our real lives. We're passing through to somewhere else. I moved to Vegas to start a new life, to create a new identity and get on my feet before heading somewhere better, somewhere permanent. 23 years and I'm still not sure where that place is. I decided to head into the office. At least that's how I thought of Joe's bar. Sort of a combination of office, gin joint, and waiting room. Waiting. Some Vegas detective was standing outside the alley that ran behind the bar like he was waiting for CSI. The conversation was short, but I caught a glimpse of a body. Joe's has always been like a second home to me. Someone gets bumped off in my backyard and I take it personally. I decided to duck through. The corpse had been another regular for 23 years, just like me. That made him my brother. 23 years. That took me back to the last thing I said to my old man just before I had to fake my own death to get out of the agency. Projects like Bull Run hadn't scared me. It's what they were doing with that information that made my knees weak. I'm sorry you feel that way. It's just another way of saying whatever. A quick peek at his driver's license for home address was a good start. I grabbed some painkillers and headed out. See, I've got this little man. He lives in my chest. If something ain't right, he lets me nip my little man and started to squeeze. It looked like the corpse had developed an interest in Victor Ruskov. No wonder he was dead. Victor's work could make projects like Bull Run possible. One day he decided he'd outgrown America's intelligence agencies. I knew he had a place here in Vegas, but I didn't have any idea what he was up to these days. Nobody did. Victor played the long game. If something bad happened on the internet, odds are he was behind it. He didn't do his own dirty work. But if you were the type to hold a grudge and Victor could profit from it, chances are you'd acquire some new tools. And by the time you realize who you could damage with them, you'd be convinced it had been your own night. The corpse had been a writer. Hard-boiled detective stories. Maybe 60 years ago, that might have earned him some scratch. He'd come to Vegas after a failed marriage and somehow ended up in a bar with a small group of hackers and decided to go modern. From his notes, it sounded like he'd managed to worm his way into their crowd. I doubt he ever really earned their confidence. I'll get enough liquor into anyone and they start to talk. The corpse had been taking notes. No doubt he wanted to write the next cuckoo's egg, but after 23 years of notes, something had started to come together. DEFCON 7, Blackjack tells a story about a guy who... DEFCON 11, Early Bird and Wizard speculate on just how somebody could have... DEFCON 13, amidst the alcohol haze, Judas mentions... These guys were smart, but they probably never realized they were talking about the same guy, Victor. But 23 years of careful notes had started to look like a different bird's egg. It was right there in the corpse's book. He had tried to make that goose golden by blackmailing Victor. On the laptop, that story ended with Victor behind bars. Real life's probably still back behind Joe's bar, and in this heat, 2 to 1 says he's starting to smell. It seemed like an open and shut case. Only my little man wasn't buying it. I popped a couple more pills while I tried to work out what I was missing. 23 years eavesdropping on hacker conventions. The novel, Victor Ruskov, DEFCON, lockpicking, drinking, contests, 23 years at the same bar. And then it hit.
Try my first time in Vegas. The lights were bright. The city was great. It was all I expected and more. It was just a normal day. Or so I thought.
Actually, I was just down there, the line, man.
I know, it's way too long. You want to buy it? You want to buy it? I'll sell it for $100.
Got an extra one?
Yeah. I just got it. Yeah, I just got it.
Yeah, sure. Let me see here. I think I got enough. Yeah.
Perfect.
Sounds good. Thanks.
By the way, don't count your chickens before your eggs hatch.
All right. Hey, wait. What do you mean?
Give me the badge.
What?
I know what it does. You can't give it to me?
Hey guys, thanks a lot. We're going to be super quick here. The winner of this year's Film Fest contest is the 23rd badge, the film you just saw by Lake State Studios. We'd like to thank the Seattle Film Institute for their generous prize of a $5,000 scholarship. And scholarships. It's huge. It's huge. Video Maker Magazine for giving everyone who participated a subscription. We'd like to thank DT, DEF CON, and we hope to see you guys next year and make a movie with us.
Oh, and the videos will all be online.
Okay, so ready to go.
You need some water, Jeff?
Oh, okay. Right on.
There you go.
Let's see. Okay. See, our problem is we don't use any wireless microphones for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
All right, let's get this hooked up. We good? We have no confidence monitors up here. All right, thank you. This is our official closing ceremonies. If you hadn't guessed, I am the Dark Tangent, and we are here for a journey for the next about an hour to tell you what happened, what you missed, who the winners are of all the contests and villages, make some special announcements of what to expect for next year. Yeah, so that's me. And to my right, with the great FOMO, is Russ Rogers. Woo! Awesome. Yeah, Russ really made things happen this year. As you know, the first year in a new hotel is always exciting. So I want to thank everybody for putting up with the chaos of that first day. And we really tried to make some changes. Next year, obviously, we'll make some more changes. And, you know, what is this? We're huge in Norway. What's that all about?
That was voted the best thing left and lost and found.
Yeah. Every year we end up with a big...
It's been found.
It's yours? Oh, now it's found. And who does it belong to? Renderman. Yeah. I think you're just trolling us. So what we're going to do is we're going to go through and we're going to give you a little report from what happened at the networking team, some of the other teams, and then some of the contests, the villages. We're going to make some pretty cool announcements. But I am going to tell you ahead of time, yes, we're back at this hotel next year. We're not masochists. We're not changing hotels next year. Yeah, so on DEF CON forums, we're looking for your feedback for what worked and what didn't. The stuff that was really painful, obviously we figured that out. I remember I was speaking at the opening session and I came out, first talk, first day, open up the doors, and it was just packed with people. And I'm like, he's mad at me, he's mad at me, she's mad at me. Like, I can tell this is not working. And then by lunchtime, we got a bunch of it sorted out. And so, yeah, that stuff's obvious. But all the non-obvious stuff really let us know. Like, we really want to try to improve it. Also, by show of hands, who thought having a theme was cool? We don't ever really announce themes. You like the theme? Theme's okay? I mean, we're doing a convention anyway. We may as well have some organizing principle. And so next year, we're running with a new theme, Rise of the Machines. Yeah. One of the new overlords is here next to me in the Cyber Grand Challenge box, just getting ready to look at its new territory. Next year we'll have more of those. And so I figure it's pretty appropriate theme next year. So you can expect movies and short story contests and imagery to everything be around sort of this. And badges, right? Think about the number 24 and think about Rise of the Machines, and you will have a really cool idea on how to, maybe if you're organizing a contest or making art. So I wanted to give you that heads up. Also, I want to give you a quick heads up. If you liked staying at the Paris or Bally's or any of the other hotels, we already have registration open for next year. So that's online. If you go to the tab in the upper left-hand corner, DEF CON 24, you can start grabbing a block or getting the room you want now. And we've never managed to do that before. It took us 23 years. So those are my administrative announcements, and I want to move on to the first team that keeps us all connected. That's the infrastructure team or the NOC team. So you'll see wearing on the back of the shirts we have the teams. F in here represents the NOC team. I want to pass it off to him for making us, helping us stay connected. So, F in.
Thanks, Jeff. Hello, DEF CON. Woo! Is everyone alive still? A little bit? Okay. So I have 5 minutes, so let's do this very quick. The slides are going to be online on the URL that we have at the end of the presentation. So what do? We keep you all somehow connected. So the wired network for everything that you see on the slide, can barely see that, can't you? But you can see on your computer later. DCTV, who watch DCTV on their hotels rooms here in the Paris and Bally's? Thanks for our DCTV team, Video Man and Morgan. And the wireless infrastructure, our ugly child of all the time, but it worked. So we did a lot of planning. As DT said, it's always fun changing venues, especially for us. Having 2 hotels was very awesome, and it worked out really, really well. The hotel staff was awesome, and it's all there. We had a few concerns, as you can see there. DCTV streaming to both hotels was a little bit of a challenge, but our team kicked butt, so that's good. But not everything goes as planned, right? But we worked through the issues. We got some new gear this year. So we got some new access points, a little faster. Got a more powerful Aruba controller to run everything from there. And some new Raspberry Pis for DCTV, and also big shout out for the Sound of Knowledge people for actually being able to put the slides. I don't know what's happening here. It's not me. We're being DOSed again. What's new?
Oh, now he's blue.
And now upgrade is blue. That's very cool. Anyhow, so again, shout out for Sound of Knowledge for putting the slides. So when you're on DCTV, you're not only looking at the speaker or speakers. So I'm not going to go through this. This is the timeline for the setup since Monday. We've been here for a week. Trust me, it's fun. Challenges, the usual challenges that we have is like mapping the ports, having all the connections right, the VLANs. We have a lot of VLANs. We thought that having iOS and Windows instructions was enough for you guys. I'm sorry. Next year we will have more instructions, including for Linux. But if you run Linux and you don't know how to configure Wi-Fi, you have to rethink that. And we didn't get the requirements on time, and we have to work through the last minute changes. More challenges, there's a lot of those here. And when the vendor area opens, we get a lot of those. And that's always awesome. Major issues that we have, again, port mapping. We plug something in one port. We expect people to see one thing, they see other things. Thanks for letting us know so we can fix it quickly. The Android 802.1x debacle, that was fun. And hopefully it's going to be fixed next year. It's not our fault. And we couldn't get any of the devices to authenticate, to verify the server-side certificate. And there was another small glitch that I'll talk about in a little bit. Numbers, not going to go through this. You can download the Prezzo and see that. These are some more interesting numbers that we have. How many terabytes of data we streamed, or you guys downloaded, or uploaded. But you see a little red thing there. That's when the Wi-Fi got very tired and we put it to sleep, right? So we gave it Xanax and it went away. But this morning it was up again. We had a little issue there. And you guys are very creative. When you pick your passwords for the Wi-Fi reg, these are the kind of PG-13 ones. More stats. You guys like graphs, stats, what kind of devices we have. You can look this online. And one of the most important things, please give it up for my team. These guys are awesome. They're here all week. So I cannot see anyone, but if they're there, thank you. They're probably working. And also thanks to Jeff, Russ, Cheryl, the Caesar staff here, the IT staff is awesome. Encore, always helping us with the network drops and everything else. Big shout out to Dragorn. If he couldn't fix 802.1x or give us ideas with wireless and 802.1x, nobody else could. He was my default route there. And thanks for all of you for this year behaving as much as you could on the network. Thank you.
All right. So, let's see if we can get started here. I do want to take a minute and thank all of the departments that work within DEF CON. It takes about 300 people to put this on. If you add up all the hours we put in just at con, it's about 4 years of full-time work weeks for one person. That's just for this weekend. I can assure you I worked about that much over this year with Jeff and Cheryl and the rest of the team trying to get this planned throughout the year as well. So thank you to all of the departments, all of the goons, all of the volunteers, all the contest POCs, the hotel, everybody that really helped us out with this. I really appreciate it. You made my life much easier this year. So next, I'm going to call up Agent X here for speakers.
I'm actually going to use that wireless mic.
I'm going to use the wireless mic. I don't know if it's on.
It is now.
Oh.
It is now.
Oh.
So quick, own him. Own him.
So we had 218 speakers speak this year. So that's 132 talks, 128 hours of content all compressed in. And I'm ably assisted by 21 speaker goons who just work like 18 hours a day for me and then party like rock stars every night. We did something new this year. Nikita and Totenkopf organized workshops. We had 7 of them running for a total of 24 workshops and 104 hours of workshops. People went in there all day long and basically learned a ton of stuff. Hey, who went to workshops?
Yeah.
Whoa. Yeah.
Ask if they want them back.
Do you want more workshops? So yeah, that's the quick one. One of the things I was enlightened to this year was our closed captioning system is amazing. And you're like, oh, we feed them audio and they type really fast. No, they take last year's talks, they do frequency analysis on the words, so they know what we talk about this year. Every year they do that. And they, unlike the speaker operations staff, read the bio and know what the person's going to talk about ahead of time. So let's give it up for our closed captioning people spread out all over the world. Oh, they're real. This isn't a Turing test. So, that's all.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right. So one of the best parts of DEF CON every year are the badges and all the hidden clues and everything else around the conference. It includes all of our artwork, our floor stickers, our program, the badges. Everything at this conference has now been tied into his master plan. I'd like to introduce Lost Boy so he can talk about the badges and his badge challenge.
So we had a really good year this year. I was really happy with the camaraderie and participation, especially seeing teams helping out other teams. There were teams that were camped out at the hotel before us even starting the conference this year. When I tweeted out a certain picture, people actually identified where we were on the conference floor and were like on top of me within the space of like a minute and a half. Russ looked at me like they just already found you, dude. What's going on? Another couple quick things. You've all been looking at the lanyards, so I thought you might find it interesting that the lanyard codes this year were both based on different literary works. You had Edgar Allan Poe and Charles Dodson. And it looked like it was 2 separate ciphers, but it actually took all 6 lanyards to solve, and it took the first team 12 hours to get just past the part that involved the lanyards. Sorry, I get all energetic.
I know, yeah.
I get excited when I talk about this stuff. So you actually had to take and realize that each of the codes had a similar number of pieces, and you formed a coordinate system that mapped out physically on a keyboard which letters it was that it popped out. So it's actually a Cartesian coordinate system based on a keyboard. That's what the keyboards were for in there. A side story that we didn't give out in the opening ceremonies. People keep asking me about flying with these. So as an experiment, I put 6 of these in my bag, and the Uber badge, the radioactive badge, and flew here with them. So as we're going through the checkout, TSA pulls my bag, and I was like, okay, here it goes. I'm going to have this story to tell at DEF CON now. But they pull me aside, and they go right past the 6 Uber badges that are in my bag and the 2 vials of uranium and other material.
Did the radioactive detector go off?
No, it didn't, which is maybe I shouldn't say that. But one of the vials actually had a sticker on it that said radioactive with the little symbol on it. They didn't. And the reason they had pulled me aside is for part of the challenge this year, they had to, your team had to present me with a $2 bill. And I had gone around and was collecting all of the $2 bills I could get my hands on. I did that around the hotel as well, too, to try and make it more difficult. So the thing that they thought was interesting is I had this fat stack of cash because it was $2 bills, so it looked like a whole lot of money. So when they pulled my bag out, they're like, oh, radioactive, radioactive. Okay, why do you have this stack of money in your bag? And so I just gave the lady a deadpan look, and I said, I'm going to Vegas. And they said, go ahead and go through. And I guess they've been collecting these. You can see. I'd like to...
Wait, tell them about how the vials showed up first.
So the tritium vials. So those of you that were in the other talk heard me talking about how you can actually buy tritium in the UK, but you can't in the United States. So I found a guy in Singapore who had a machine for packaging coffee. And when I ordered these the tritium vials from him, they would ship them over hidden inside packets of coffee. And so when they first got to my house, I was like, oh crap, I'm going to have to tell Jeff I wasted a bunch of money because this guy totally fleeced me on the internet. But he sent them, you rip open the coffee packet, dump it out, and there's all your tritium. So good to the last drop, I guess.
Not really sure what that's all about, but it's probably not legit.
It would, wait, sorry, that was a hypothetical story. That didn't actually happen. I wouldn't do that, nor would I advocate that. Anyway, they're like, what is the URL of this individual? The only other thing, like I said, you all heard me in the opening ceremonies, this badge was my homage to Richard Feynman this year. And so those of you, thank you. The only other point that I'd really like to beat you over the head with is I asked in opening ceremonies, how many of you have heard of Wassenaar? Raise your hand.
Wassenaar?
Sorry, I pronounced it wrong. Yeah, Wassenaar.
Yeah.
So that's really sad and scary. So the reason we did the records this year too is now you all have a record having come to DEF CON. Sorry. But it's really important for those of you that are security researchers or hackers, these laws are going to affect us going forward. It's really important that you all know about that. So go home and look this up. But the guys that are on the winning team, where's the council in line? Where are you guys? Come on up. Go ahead, send someone up quick, because everyone's tired and wants to go home. So these guys were like a well-oiled machine. They had like covert operatives from their team hiding in my room in the corner, like acting all quiet and listening to every conversation that was happening. So at one point I actually turned to one of their team and I said, don't think I don't know what you're doing, because there's a guy back there, and every time I'd have a conversation I'd see a phone come out and somebody whispering into the phone. They had actually also set up an auto teams had set up an they had hacked one of the badges from previous years to flash an LED whenever I sent out a tweet. So they used a badge from previous years as an alarm for whenever tweeting out. But anyway, I want to we've got very limited time. So if you have, and apparently they have a pair of grifter shoes. So do you have a spokesperson from your team that would like to say a few words about what it was like going through this? Hurry. Doesn't matter. Let's go.
So there's a part when we were about halfway through the challenge, you put a board outside of your room. We thought it was part of the challenge and it had 2 coordinates on it. We went to one of those coordinates and there was a LAN cable hanging from the ceiling that wasn't connected to anything at one end. That's all I'm going to say about that.
So, to explain that a little bit, one of the puzzle pieces actually was a sequence that they found in the online integer sequence database that was submitted by a person who had the last name of Herring. So anyway, I'd like to present the first Black Uber badge for this year to the Council of 9 for winning this challenge. Woo!
Oh, no. You gotta go this way and sign the book.
So we're doing this. Did you want to talk about the book real quick? Okay, so we're going to actually do a book registry. Next year we'll have a much larger presentation. But so we are actually registering all of the Ubers that go out from this point forward. But I would just like to say, I encourage all of you every year to play with the puzzles. I put very easy puzzles in as well as to very difficult. You might have noticed there was some Rot 13 in the program. That's for when you're bored standing in line. But you also may have noticed it stopped decoding about halfway through. So, play as much as you're comfortable, but I encourage you to talk to each other, get to know each other. That's why I put stuff on the lanyard, so you have to talk to other people. My favorite part about this year was some of that team came back and said, I was new last year, I met these guys, we worked together, and they stayed in contact all year long. And that kind of stuff is what makes it worthwhile to me. And I'd like to thank Jeff and DT for letting me continue to do this, because apparently you guys like the abuse. So. So as you saw that this year was a non-electronic badge, we are going to continue with our TikTok cycle. We will be having an electronic badge next year. And that's it. Thank you.
Thanks, sir. I'm looking for uranium vials under the podium here.
No, you go.
Okay, so one of the things with DEF CON is that over time, people come and go. They get tired of doing certain things. If you've been here more than 15 years, you've seen me in about 5 different job functions.
Well, you retired, I thought, last year.
Yeah, that was 3 years ago, and it has worked out well, as you can all tell. And so these aren't the only 2 people that are retiring. We point them out specifically because they're department heads or seconds. Agent X, who has been running our speakers for well over a decade, 15 years. He said it was 15, yeah. Yeah, so he's been here 15 years. And then we have Flea. Where's Flea? He's at the Goon Swim. Yeah, he has actually retired. So yeah, he's been here for a long time, so if we can give a round of applause for him as well. So we're going to give this Uber badge to both of them, hoping that since they're leaving us hanging, the radioactive components will take care of them for us.
Excellent.
Thank you.
Thank you. Just to add on to that, there are quite a few other goons that are either transitioning to other departments, want to do something else, or are moving on because you've beat the crap out of them for 20 plus years.
Well, so we've got this strategy that because we're so community driven, that you shouldn't do something you're not interested in. And people are creative and they want to do different things. So we really try to create an environment at DEF CON where you come and you can do stuff, you get burned out, you leave, but you can always come back. It's like a family and you can rotate through. So I'm not convinced that we won't see the last of Axe sooner or later, right? We might see you again, maybe. And so that's the environment we want to create. So just like you guys, sometimes you come to DEF CON, sometimes you don't. But we really try to create an awesome environment where you can come and do what inspires you. And that changes year to year, right? And so I think for the next slide, we want to talk a little bit about all the, Grifter, contest, who stepped up now, right? Grifter used to do one thing. Now Grifter is running our contents, events, and villages. It's a new role for him. And he came in sort of at the last minute and really did a fantastic job. So let's give a round of applause to Grifter for stepping up.
Yeah, it somehow ended up being the contests, events, villages, parties, and the penthouses, and the demo labs. So,
no pressure.
I've lost my mind. We were trying to come up with something for the I, but we were saying pelvic, because parties, events, labs, anyway. So fundraisers. So we have, obviously every year we have a lot of people who put a lot of time and effort into just doing something for others. These people stepped up in that regard. So we have Eddie Mize. So Eddie raised $2,590 for the EFF. So awesome. He also raised $4,590 for Hackers for Charity. And then we also have Mohawk Con. There's quite a few Mohawks running around out here, thanks to Ed and her crew. So Mohawk Con for the EFF raised $2,434. And for Hackers for Charity, an additional $995. What's that? 1,070. There's an additional, all right, donation there. So, and then Crash and Compile, which is one of the contests. While they're doing the contest, they raise money for the EFF as well. So they raised $700 for the EFF. One thing that we also do, you guys have heard of Blood Code. Blood Code was out there again this year, and there were 84 donations given. There were people out there giving blood, which was awesome. And 126 total signups for Be the Match. So awesome, guys. I did have an interesting moment where some attendees came up in the contest area and they saw the Blood Code stuff out there, if you saw everything up, and they were like, holy crap, is that where people go when they get hurt? Why are all those people laying down? Like, it's a bloodbath in here, get out, And then also just two quick things. So we have the Hackers for Charity. We have a misprint badge that will be, yes, there's only one of these. And it has some artwork by Eddie Mize on here. So after we're done with the closing ceremonies, we'll be auctioning it off right over here for Hackers for Charity. And I'll show you something. It's black. It's not a black badge. It just happens to be a badge that's black. So anyway, and then also I wanted to talk about the EFF. At their booth, with everybody raising money all over the place, parties were raising money, different things. They have raised over $80,000 and climbing this weekend. So thank you all. And we have somebody from the EFF here just with a few quick comments. Can you do it?
So thanks everybody, thanks for your support. Your support like yours lets us do our work. This year we filed more than 15 new lawsuits, major progress in 11 more, something like 50 amicus briefs all over the country at every level. That's tens of thousands of hours of work. Just this week in Las Vegas, we counseled more than 10 security researchers who are presenting. Hopefully kept everybody out of jail, so thanks a lot, guys. DT and the Goons, thanks so much. And to our supporters who raised money for us, WaffleCon, DC 801, Wall of Sheep, DC Darknet, MohawkCon, Hacker Jeopardy, Scavenger Hunt, Eddie Mize, Hack Fortress, Rapid 7, the DEF CON parties, Checkmarks, and Crash and Compile.
Thank you everybody.
And Kurt lost his voice, so thanks for that.
Is that it? Okay, cool. All right, so moving on. So we have a lot of villages around here. We had 12 villages this year, all different things kicking off everywhere. It's something we started at DEF CON 14, and it's just grown and grown and grown. It's fantastic. We always say you can make this con your own, and these folks help us do that. So please give a round of applause to all of our villages for helping. So we have something for the organizers. They don't have a lot of contests and things for the villages, but those guys put in a lot of effort. So we have a really cool custom T-shirt that we're going to give 3 of them to each one of the villages. An agent hand sewn by Mar, and Agent X will be modeling it for us. Yes, give him a turn. I don't care if there's nothing on the back. Turn anyway.
So this is a This is a limited edition shirt that Mar made with an Arduino Daisy running. She hand-stitched every shirt with conductive thread that ties it all together. And so we're going to give the organizers of the villages 3 of each. They can do with what they want. But we really wanted to give them something special and limited because they don't run contests. They never really get recognized with black badges or anything. But they really do awesome work. So we want to recognize the village organizers.
So if you are one of the organizers of the villages, please come over here to this side of the stage and we'll get you guys set up. So this slide says other contests and events. So you can imagine what it's like for us going into planning this. Like Jeff said, myself and Panadero, who is running around somewhere over there. There he is, he's waving, giving out those shirts. We put in quite a number of hours. I didn't realize quite how many it would be when I got the phone call from Jeff and Russ, but it's all good. So this is all that stuff out there. So please give a huge round of applause to all the organizers of all this content. It's unreal. Also, if you're interested in doing something like running a contest, hit me up at grifter@defcon.org and we'll try to see what we can do.
Oh, and the forums, right? They're all planning all kinds of
What's that? Yeah, and once we are moving forward on a contest and stuff, we put together stuff on the forums. You can get on the DEF CON forums and say like, hey, this is what I want to do. And if I don't see it, somebody will let me know and we'll get planning. The sooner, the better, and the more activity, the better. So, moving right along. Our Uber contest. All right, so we have a number of badges up here. We're just going to start running through them. Do we have our social engineering CTF guys up here? Yeah. Chris. He's coming. Oh, he's very sneaky. You're up.
I did. I came up the exit.
Sorry? Yeah, these guys are incredible. So they grew this year. We gave them double the space. We thought that would be enough, and it wasn't. And so we'll have to discuss that for next year. But it was nuts. You guys absolutely love this village, and so thank you.
Thank you. I think we need this room for the SC Village, right? Yeah? You think? No, I mean, it's been great this year. And I tell you, the communication with Grifter and his team, if you guys had any of that, it was really awesome. I mean, they were just so on top of stuff. So thank you, Grifter, Russ, Cheryl. That's the only reason we got stuff done. Okay, so CTF, we had two first and second place winner. Our second place winner was John Serpa. Came in with over 1,000 points between the report and the calls. Oh, here, hold that for a sec. I don't know if we're on the screen if you can see this one. But we made some really cool award things this year. Yeah, I can't probably blocking it with my hand, but yeah, really cool. That's for you, John. Thank you. And some whole bunch of cool hacking stuff in there. We had Raytheon came in, and I don't know if you're going to trust this or not. Raytheon came in and they gave us some USB kind of devices and said, this is a puzzle. If you'd like to solve it, you can plug it in your computer. And I went, I'm going to give it to the winners of the contest. So they're both getting one, but yeah, man, thank you. Great job. Okay, now we have a real serious thing. Guys, this is the third year in a row that a woman has won the SECTF. Third year in a row. So, yikes, that thing is awesomely beautiful. So, come up here, Jen. You also get a clipboard full of awesome hacker stuff. You get a Wi-Fi pineapple-like device, a coin, a bigger thing you can hit someone with and hurt them. But now here is look at this thing. So from what I understand, this thing is like radioactive, so I'd be careful where you hang it on your body. depending if you want children or not, but there you are. Black badge. Congratulations. So guys, next year we got to step it up. Okay, we got to step it up, guys. 3 years in a row. So come on. We got to represent again. Back to you, Grifty.
Grifty.
Grifter.
Grifty.
I love you, man.
That's my pet name. All right.
Next up.
See, badge hacking, but were they? Wait, what was your contest?
What's up
Right,
next
we
up?
already did yours. All right, Open CTF.
Open CTF. Who's the guy?
But no applause. Open CTF.
Okay, sorry. OpenCTF almost didn't happen this year, actually. Oh, is it not on?
Test.
Okay.
Close.
Close? Okay. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, OpenCTF almost didn't happen this year, so we'd really like to thank Sherelle and Betsy from DEF CON, Mark from Bally's, and Grumpy Bear and the rest of Legit BS for an 11th hour save.
Yeah.
OpenCTF is a Jeopardy-style capture the flag contest open to all DEF CON attendees, but serious skills are needed to win. Out of over 150 registered teams, 61 teams scored this year with 31 challenges open by the end. Unfortunately, we had to turn some people away due to lack of space, but we're already working to make sure that doesn't happen next year. And our winners, Best Write-Ups, Mad Haxers, and Vos Cryptos. Yeah, I don't know. Third place was Lol Dongs with 1,960 points. Second place was Neg9 with 2,710 points, and first place was OX8F, who stayed up all night the first night to solve 1,500 points worth of challenges, although I do think he had some remote help. And he had 3,410 points, sorry. And we'd also like to thank BugleBoard.org for donating the Bugle Gun plaques we're giving to our winners. And you keep what you kill.
Any? Thank you so much. Yeah. Use this one.
All right, we're switching it up, I guess. I was trying to keep the audio guys guessing. We have our next one is Warlock Games. Are you guys here?
Right here. The new
Come on
organizer
up.
this year.
What's that? Yeah. So these guys are. This is a new organizer this year. I'll let him tell you about the contest, but it was a lot of fun to have these guys in the contest area. There's always a bunch of craziness going on in their corner, and the guys who are competing seem to be having a blast.
Thank you very much. How many of you got a chance to play in Warlock Games this year? Couple, a few?
Nobody
well,
played.
We got some up here.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. So Warlock Games is it's a capture, it's a challenge-based CTF. So you have things that go in network, packet forensics, digital forensics, those kinds of things, live malware analysis. We always bring in a physical security aspect because it's not all about the electronics in the security world. So you get in there and you get a chance to give it a roll at handcuffs, padlocks, those kinds of things. Now this year, we also got a chance to bring in some video games, bringing in some old school like Street Fighter and Pac-Man and whatnot. So kind of a blast from the past. And that way we kind of brought in the entire gaming experience, the hacking challenges, and the physical security piece. So we have two teams up here with us. Our other teams had to take off. And we always talk about that this is a networking type event, right? So a lot of you have been coming here for many, many years, and you start to see the familiar faces and the people that you know. So our second place team, I think they knew most of you. I think they picked up 2 people while they were standing in line. And they made up 6 members of their team. The other 4 already knew each other. and I'm going to go ahead and let them come up and give a few moments about their team and how they did the challenge.
Oh, man. Super nervous. All right. We did great. I actually think we did great. I'm going to commend these guys, too, for doing a great job. But it was fun. It was awesome. You guys, I'd like to give it up to the guys that host this thing. They do such a good job spending their time entire time doing it. Yeah. Good job. Really good job. But all of our team had to go. They had to go back to their normal lives. But I had a great time, and I want to thank everybody, Fed, myself, Disco, Mega, Nick, and Molotov for their help with the puzzles. So thank you guys.
Okay. And so our first place team, they're actually out of Samsung in South Korea, and we've had a few of their team members compete with us in the past, and I'm going to let them come up and give a few seconds about their team and how they accomplished some of their challenges.
I really appreciate Wora. Thank you. 감사합니다.
Short and simple. Thank you very much. All right, so thank you very much for that. And so we were told kind of as our contest closed out that we were going to be a black badge event this year, and it's kind of a humbling experience, if you will, for those of you that put contests together to be acknowledged in this way. It does take a lot of time and effort to put this together and to get the nod from the DEF CON staff and from DT that were there. So I would also like to give a shout out to the Goon staff that was running that contest and events area. They did it, and they were all over the place helping us out, and they were everywhere. So good job to them, and congratulations to them. So what we'd like to do is present the black badge to our first place team from Samsung, South Korea. Thanks very much, DEF CON. We'll see you next year.
Okay, you guys head off this way and sign the book.
Hack Fortress, where you at? Hacker. Hey, just as a heads up, Crash and Compile, you are going to be next. Just if you want to get ready.
You should leave the list up so well, you don't leave it up all the time. Anyway, hey, what's up? First of all, with the winning team, come on up and stand up front real quick. Go around up front. Because we don't want to get this shit on them, or on people up here. Yeah, we're going to get crumbed up. Anyway, so Hack Fortress is our 5th year at DEF CON. We appreciate everybody who played. It's our first year as a Black Badge contest, so we're super excited about it. For those that don't know, Hack Fortress is a contest that we run at ScrewCon normally. We bring it out to DEF CON each year. 30-minute combined Team Fortress 2 and hacking competition. Winner moves on, usually until they play Jolly and Friends in the finals. That seems to be the way it happens every year. This year, the team is called Not Ready for This. The genesis of the name was a bunch of scabs got together and signed up a team. They didn't know each other. They said, we need a team name. They said, we're not really ready for this. Sweet, that's your team name, thanks. And that's what they've been tagged with. And they ran the gamut. They had a ringer. There's a pro running around here. He's actually a pro gamer, so good job. Random chance worked out for them very effectively. So on the hack side of this thing, so the Team Fortress 2 is, who's played Team Fortress 2? Best video game in the world? Woo! Yeah. So there's a fantastic game engine at the center of Team Fortress 2 that allows us to control the game environment. We can make real-time manipulation of the game environment. And so what we've done is then add a hacking element to it where there's all these different challenges, be it forensic, database, physical, that kind of thing. And then they get a currency where they can buy basically different hints, or they can modify the game environment, like set the other team on fire, blind them, freeze them, do all that kind of stuff. So it's an interactive process between the hacking team and the TF2 team, where they can manipulate each other's game environment. So it's an ongoing adventure, and it's worked out pretty well, and largely runs without too much hassle. Anyway, what they've got, besides one black badge for the entire team, so if you could clear out, we're going to do like a Hunger Games style thing right in the middle, and just let them all go at it. We've got scimitars and shit, and we'll see how it works out. I thought it was really funny, actually. Anyway. They also get is an opportunity to jump the line at ShmooCon and buy a ShmooCon ticket so that they don't have to try to hit F5. For those of you that know what that is, great. But we also are really shitty at remembering who won. So this year we're going to mark them all with spray paint so that we can remember, they can show us their hands next year and we'll let them in and get the ticket. So if you can just line up, hold your hands up, we're going to spray all your hands. We're going to chrome them up real good. Anyway, we also were able to raise about $255 max int for 8-bit processors for EFF. That's not a lie. That's actually how much we raised. So we appreciate the bribes we got from all the teams. So anyway.
Very Mad Max with the chrome.
It was very. So one of the challenges actually was you had to spray paint your face with silver, pick up the bumper from the scavenger hunt, and run around the contest area screaming "Witness" as loud as you could. And it worked out very well. That's a good look for you, X.
I live, I die, I live again.
It turns out I haven't seen the movie, so I actually don't know why it's funny. Anyway, I think that's it. That's it. Thank you very much.
Oh, hand out the badge.
Oh, we're going to hand out the badge, so here we go.
The little fight.
Oh, actually, I'm going to, by fiat, because I like Bitcoin, by fiat, I'm going to hand this guy the black badge because this gentleman here took the motivation to actually commentate the video game for us.
Awesome.
He's very good at it. His name is...
Jason.
Jason? Yeah. Jason, is that your God-given name? Yeah. That is his God-given. That's not a handle. It just sounds like one. And he was very good at it. He did about 5 rounds for us. He's British, so it sounded even better. So we really appreciate the effort that you put in. So congratulations. Thank you.
Yeah.
And if I may take the pulpit for 1 second and be so bold, and not to bite the hand that feeds me, but fewer photographs and fewer cameras next year, maybe?
Yeah.
Maybe. Like somewhere, like where they're doing the closed captioning, that person's fingers are smoking. Like that was the motor mouth Potter. All right, Crash and Compile.
DC, herbs are smoking. Victor. Look at what it translates on the screen. Someone's herbs are smoking. They're herbs.
Yeah, so Crash and Compile, for those people who don't know, is a combination of a ACM-style programming contest and a drinking game. So you get a problem, you solve it in code, and if your code doesn't compile, well, you're taking a drink. If it doesn't produce the right output, you take a drink. If another team comes up with the solution before you do, everyone else takes a drink. Anyway, we've been running this for a while, and one of the things we changed this year is we wanted more participation. So we actually ran our pre-qualification round at DEF CON. So we had more teams. We had 41 teams actually try out for this. There's only 9 spots available. So we had an excellent showing. Everyone had a great time. So our winning team... Oh, yeah.
So tell them what it does.
So this is a basketball-sized metal D20, welded up myself. It's the Crash and Compile trophy. This is originally when we first started, we decided to program in random programming languages. Started out playing the game. And what better way to pick something random than a giant dice? So
you can get a little half.
The winner is Volatile Const. Our second place team was Sprink Rules, and then third place was Neg9. And I'd like to present the black badge. Congratulations.
Yeah. What was the winning technique? Was it iron liver or?
The winning technique, it was the beer points. Thanks, Crux, Punk, Fish, Gigs, and I'm missing others. Team distraction. You were way more fucking annoying than last year.
That's what we do.
Thanks for Ryan for bringing it home. I couldn't read by the last problem set. We've been doing cons for 10 plus years. We did contests now the last 3. Met a ton of people in the last 3 years, so get involved with the contest. It's a great way to meet people. Thanks.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations. Good job. That's an awesome trophy.
All right, next up, scavenger hunt. Of course.
Hi, I'm Salem with the Scavenger Hunt. If your DEF CON experience was slightly weird, you're welcome. Or I'm sorry, one of the two. I have notes here. I have a bunch of stuff specifically for DT.
Oh no.
We have a shirt for you.
Excellent.
We've got one of our laser cut trophies.
Excellent.
One of our challenges this year, last year we gave out floppy disks, which was a lot of fun because people had to find out where to find a floppy disk or a floppy
Like the
reader. Yeah, this year we gave out VHS tapes. The VHS tape on the scav list was worth 20 points, so it had a lot of fun stuff on it. Also had some really fun tie-ins with the Cult of 23.
Oh,
and so we got one specifically for Jeff.
So we will encode this and make it available to the public.
Oh, of course, of course. So on the list of this year, we had 220 possible items. The first place team turned in 104 items. Second place team got 96 items. There was literally a 2-point difference between first and second place, and it totaled out to 8 items in that 2 points. Our second place team as well did end up raising some money for the EFF. We ended up getting $216 just for the EFF by one random scav item. It was great.
Any live chickens?
What's that?
Any live chickens this year?
No live chickens and no horse heads. Because I didn't want to deal with them again. All right, so before I call up my winning team, I can't do this alone. I'm Salem. I can't do this. My team here is what makes this happen. On the end, I've got Duldy Flip Flop. I've got Zora. I've got Sconce. I've got Evil Mofo. These guys make this happen so much harder than I do, even though my face is in charge. And this year is actually my last year running this. I'm giving my badge to this guy. I'm making him be in charge of this from now on. All right, now for my top 3 teams. Third place, Glasses Red. I have no idea if you're here. There we go. Don't bother coming up. Go over there. No, go over there. Go over there. Go over there. We'll meet you over there. Like I said, 2-point difference between first and second place. Second place team, the National Shit Posting Agency. Our first place team, our winners, Glenn Greenwald Santorum. You guys come up front, get your black badge.
Here's the badge for them.
Thank you. And I want to give some love to the people who gave us free prizes, stuff to give away to our winners. No Starch, Pony Express, Syrapix, Simple Wi-Fi, UIT, Think Geek, DJ Jackalope, Unix Surplus. There's about 6 more that I forgot to write down. And a big thanks to Grifter and his team for putting up with us. All right, so my 3 teams, go over there for prizes.
No, you gotta answer this side. Go that way.
Go that way.
Yeah.
We'll go that way.
All right. Before we bring up the last folks here, I just wanted to to say thanks to my team, the guys who were running around like crazy or at times just sitting on the couch. The contest and events team, and especially to Panadero, who's back here hiding in the shadows. Without him, this definitely wouldn't have happened. So please, a big round of applause for those guys. All right, the moment you've all been waiting for. Ladies and gentlemen, capture the flag.
We've got more beer behind too. If you want more beer, you guys want beer? We've got some. Always.
Beer?
Okay, beer.
We've been drinking
Get
for a couple
beer.
hours.
Get some beer while you're doing this. Beer is good.
Okay, we're good. Okay, hi everybody. I'm Grumpy Bear. We are the Legitimate Business Syndicate. This is our 3rd year running DEF CON's Capture the Flag. We would like to thank DEF CON for having us back again. We want to thank all the fans that come by the room throughout the weekend. It was super rewarding to see the same people coming back again and asking even better questions than they were before. We want to thank the teams that played this year. Everybody played with honor and extreme skill.
How many teams tried to qualify?
4,000. 4,000 people registered for our qualifying event. 4,000 teams registered our qualifying event back in May. 10 people from that event were invited to come play here this weekend. 5 teams. And 5 other teams that we pre-qualified through other CTFs throughout the year to give everyone a chance. Some highlights from the game this year. Friday we opened up with an x86 64 binary. Later on the day we threw a standard 32-bit x86 binary. Then we opened an embedded MIPS platform, the CI-20. And Friday night, we had a lightning round that we actually ran on a Nexus 9, which is, as you know, Android, which is ARM64. Saturday, for the first time in at least 10 years, we ran a Windows 10 challenge on Windows 10 IoT Core, which is running on a Raspberry Pis. Also for the first time at the DEF CON CTF, we ran Saturday night live CTF. We took 4 of the best hackers in the world, we hooked up to their computers and ran capture cards and watched what they were doing for a live hacking challenge. Check out our website, legitbs.net, for that video that's going to be post-processed and released to the world very soon.
Cool.
Yeah, and not a super big surprise, but PPP won that live CTF challenge.
Woo!
So also this year we had a really super cool 3D visualization of the game running in Unreal Engine. So if you guys check out our website pretty soon, we're going to go ahead and put up a capture of the whole game running in fast speed so you can watch the whole visualization. There's missiles that jump across the screen and it's really super cool. Okay, so now I'm going to hand it over to the leader of Legitimate Business Syndicate, which is Gynophage, and he's going to give us the results of this year's game.
Woo!
Hi, everybody. I am Gynophage of the Legitimate Business Syndicate. In 3rd place this year, we had 0 days sober. They're all the way in the back, somewhere over there. Stand up if you want, or not. Oh.
Over there.
In 2nd place, we had the 2-time champion, PPP, the Plaid Parliament of Pony. And in 1st place, a first-timer at the DEF CON Capture the Flag Finals, we had DEFCORE. DEFCORE, come up to the stage.
So they get badges.
Come on up, guys.
The winners, DEFCORE will be receiving 8 black badges and 8 jackets for their victory at the Capture the Flag this year. It is the only contest that gets the jackets.
Yeah. Well, nice work, guys.
야, 장수 마음대로.
Yeah. Good luck getting them back home. Yeah, and then yeah, have them.
Do you want to translate? Do you want to translate? Yeah.
Okay. Oh yeah. First of all, thank you for the legitimate business syndicates for building the world hardest challenges in the ever. So yeah, we really enjoyed the CTF, and we also thank to all the other teams that competed with us. And luckily, we won this year. Yeah, we are very happy. Yeah. And secret technique, we have the world best hacker, Jung-Un Lee. He solved all the challenges. Yeah, all of the challenges solved by him. Also, the Windows 10 Raspberry Pi challenge, he didn't even has the debugger. Yeah, so he solved the challenge the second day's night. But yeah, yeah, we really enjoyed that. Yeah.
Fantastic. You're going to come
thank you so much.
You're going to defend the challenge next year. Are you going to defend?
Yeah, we should. Yeah, we'll be here again.
Okay, so the winning team gets to come back to defend in the following year. So we're going to see Def Corps next year.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
I don't want to say that I can predict the future, but on every Uber badge there's a Korean saying. It says "Yat Jangsu Mamdero," which means the taffy peddler can do what he pleases.
See you next year. See you next year.
So now you gotta. And now,
I have one final announcement about Capture the Flag. Next year, the Thursday before DEF CON, DARPA would like to show the world how far automated program analysis has come through the DARPA Cyber Grand Challenge. In honor of next year's DEF CON theme, The Rise of the Machines, we would like to have the winning computer from DARPA's Cyber Grand Challenge compete against the best human hackers in the world at the DEF CON 24 Capture the Flag.
So this is the challenge, right?
Details will be available on our website, legitbs.net, soon.
I remember the day the machines took over.
All right, that finishes it off for contests and events. Thanks to everybody who played and all the organizers again. And now we'll turn it over to DT.
Okay. So this is the point where I tell you the closing comments, which I've already told you at the beginning. You see how I did that? So what we're doing is, as usual every year, but we'll do it faster this year, we're going to release, well, two things. One, we're going to release all the video that we've captured with the captioning. And two, this year, really what sort of DEF CON is composed of, what we get to pass on to those people who aren't lucky enough to be here, is all the speaking and video and the villages. And so this year, I really wanted to step that up. And so we recorded a lot of the speaking in the villages that we've never done before. So you heard how many hours of speaking we had. Well, we have almost double that in all the other villages. So we're going to be releasing all the video that we've captured in all the villages and all the official speaking tracks. So that's going to be a huge amount of data. The other thing I want to announce, which is not directly related to DEF CON, but every year I do a data duplication village. In the last 2 years, I've been collecting all the videos from all the other hacking cons I can find around the world, curating it, cleaning it up, putting it in a directory structure, and that's what you get if you come to the data village. It's about 5.5 terabytes right now. Yeah. And so all of that data from all the other conventions will be online as well in the coming month. So I don't have to do all this work and release it just once. So in the next couple of months, you're going to see a huge data dump. All the other conventions I could find, all the speaking at Black Hat, at DEF CON. And I'll releasing the Black Hat data too. So, give me a beer. Give me a beer. No, I got a new beer, a full beer. Okay, new beer for drinking. That reminds me, Hacker Jeopardy. Win Schwartau won Hacker Jeopardy this year. Yeah. He didn't fuck it up. Yeah. I want to give a shout out to Little Roo. I want to give a shout out to the hotel. Who is it? It's Mark and Christina. Yeah, Mark and Christina from the hotel for putting up with us in the first year. They were amazing. Yeah, and I want to say that the video channels for next year, now that we know the infrastructure, we'll fix that. Anyway, my point of it all is that we're super proud to have the biggest conference ever. We grew about 15%, and we're super proud to have captured more of it than ever and to give it away to the world than ever. And so with all of that said, sounds like bullshit, but it's really true. DEF CON has become what we make of it, and this year I think we've made a fantastic conference. So thank you so much. We'll be around. I'm really looking forward to seeing you next year. Get on the forums and give us feedback. And with that, I'm going to officially close DEF CON 23.
Thank you, everyone.